Yes, y'all already know who it is. Y'all know where we at. It's your boy MP here as always. Thank y'all for tuning in to another wonderful, exciting sounding episode of Live from the Couch Podcast. As always, I got my man to the right,
Mr. Gray.
And we have our special guest back by popular demand. We heard the streets was buzzing. They said we needed that bree. I don't think really nobody said that. I just wanted to boost her head up so she can have the confidence out of the world. Miss Bree back, y'all. Wait. Should I say Miss Bree or what?
Oh, you already said it.
Okay, then. I'm sticking. I just want to make sure I have the facts
thank
first.
you. Yes. Hi, Miss Bree, Chef Boyardee, Brianna.
Right, remember she has like 7.
Oh, you're right.
Personas.
You're right.
So
yeah,
you gotta
kinda, yeah.
run
I'm
through.
a Gemini. True and true.
Oh, shit.
Right.
God damn.
That is right.
Whew, okay. Stay on her good side. Stay on her good
Remember-
side. Stay on her
remember
good
who
side.
you working
Stay
with.
on her good
Remember
side.
now.
Stay on her good side. Anybody got some drink shit? What? Oh, fuck. This is going to be a long episode. And, of course, the videographer with the most.
Brat.
As always. And, of course, y'all already know what I'm finna hit y'all with. I love her.
What?
I swear he thinks I sound like Barney or something.
That's exactly how she sounds.
No, I was talking about the words that weren't words. I wasn't talking about the actual impression. What was the end of that?
Is that how you're supposed to sound?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, here's the thing.
Wait, you said it sound bad?
it don't sound like her.
Oh, you on her side, man. Jimmy
I
that
was just
stuff.
talking about the non-existent words.
The
Like,
jibber
you just-
jabber?
Yeah.
The jibber.
That's what
Wow.
I was talking about. But hey.
Okay, let me get to these drops. So of course,
Drop it.
make sure y'all hit that subscribe button if y'all not subscribed to the YouTube channel. It's right there on the. It's like I ain't gonna say bottom right. It's like 3/4 right, like below the video. So when you click it, it's gonna
Wonder
say
where it is
3/4.
I'm not even going to do that because I'm not about to.
3/4. 3/4. No, it's
I give you
3/4.
a range to choose from.
It's like you're like touching like the like button right now or something like.
No,
not even-
3/4
I want you to
justified. No, 3/4 centerfied. Is it centerfied
I
or
mean,
justified?
y'all like trying to like judge where
Is
it's gonna
centerfied
be
a
on
word?
the thing.
No,
and it's
like
not
you know
gonna
on
be.
word, you know on word where it say it's like right margin, left margin. Is it justified or centerfied? It's
Justified.
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 Yeah. So it's
Because
three.
Did you say
centerfied is not a word.
Centerfied is not a
It's
word.
not. It's not at all.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
okay.
So justified, 3/4 justified, right under the video. You hit that subscribe button. That works. She is smiling over here.
Because I'm laughing.
You just started laughing. You went.
No, I was laughing on inside. Just like when you couldn't get rid of your little hiccups last week, I was smiling because I was trying to keep
Oh,
laughing.
she brought
at
up
you.
oh shit.
Okay,
Mike.
History Channel. Jesus Christ! Like,
In the mic, I heard your microphone. I mean, your hiccups.
whoa. Okay, you heard the microphone.
I heard you.
This microphone. Microphone.
Still
So.
No, she wasn't talking about your dick.
No.
Oh, I thought she cut her mic off after she said her thing. Liar.
What's going on?
Now.
What?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We're trying to centerfy the room.
Centerfy. Thank you.
I knew
Thank
what
you.
you
It
were
is a
trying to
word.
say.
I knew it was a
It's
damn
not-
It's great that we're trying to do
It's
that
not
since
a
it's a
word.
non-existent
It's not a word.
I was
So it's like it makes sense what's
Talking
happening
shit,
right
yeah.
now.
Okay.
Chaos. Absolute.
And for those that and for our audio people that for our
What?
audio people for here
You just went full shaggy.
Stop saying that.
for audio.
I mean, just say for our listeners.
Right.
That's better.
Okay, listeners. Okay, for the listeners, ain't audio and listening the same
Audio
thing?
people like that's like
People that like, but people that like to listen to it instead of watch
the
it.
autistic people.
right listeners. That's there's literally a word in the English language created for exactly what you're trying to say.
But okay, what if it's people?
so you're like fuck it. You was
But
like
this-
fuck
People
that.
listening to us on an app.
For our podcast lovers.
okay, y'all all gave me cool little sayings. So why can't I just say my cool thing for those that like to listen
audio-
to the audio
Weird.
people?
It's
sounds
so
weird.
like it's really basic. Honestly, that's really what we're going for. It's
So
really, it's kind
I
of
have a basic look.
I don't know. It's just like
And
it
not be
sounds like-
basic. It's
it
cool.
sounds like robotic almost. Like you don't really care about them. See, I like to call them like because remember they have names. Like, you know, there are tots. You know, this is our couch potatoes. You know what I'm saying?
Couch potatoes.
Like,
So
yeah,
if I say
couch
for
potatoes, like,
audio
our
listeners-
couch potatoes that's listening. You know
So
what I'm
if saying
You
audio,
ain't gonna say our couch potatoes that's audio people. That's
no,
weird.
I wouldn't.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, I probably would. I would.
Exactly.
I would say
Why?
that. I would say that.
Why?
Because
Why
listen,
would you say that?
listen. Audio means they care to listen more through like the phone or their headphones.
Gotcha.
Watch
We have
visually.
not done the drops yet, by the way. Let's do those. 'cause
Okay.
we're gonna take forever.
I'm not gonna say audio people. For the podcast listeners, okay. Make sure you subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, and Spotify.
Okay, see, but Brittany is happy.
For your audio listening pleasures. Is that cool? Audio listening
That was
pleasures?
great.
Okay. Audio listening
wonderful.
pleasures.
That
Okay.
was wonderful.
Audio people. I didn't know that. If I offended anyone saying audio people, I didn't mean to offend you in no shape, form, or fashion.
Yes, it's okay. I got you.
Like, damn. Okay.
I got you. No, I don't think it was
Just
offensive.
centerfy. Just centerfy. Bring it back
Centerfy.
in.
Thank you.
Bring it
Centerfy.
back in.
That's a word. We gonna put this motherfucker
Not
as a word.
That's
Centerfy.
like saying what's the one that fucks everyone up? Conversate.
Oh yeah,
Wait, conversate ain't a word?
not.
No, you converse.
We're conversing.
Conversate. You right. Conversate ain't a word.
Conversate.
Can you just leave the goddamn mic on, girl?
Okay, I'm leaving it on.
Thank you. And she's talking right on the goddamn mic
Right.
like I knew she was gonna fucking do.
Oh, Brittany.
No, I'm backing up. I'm backing up because it's
Back.
just too much.
back?
Every
back.
time, literally, like y'all can have the headphones. I keep hearing. I'm like, just
Right.
leave the mic on.
Crazy
Just
ass
don't
random thuds.
That's all he hears.
Like somebody upstairs.
Yeah, like that motherfucker got Tim on the mic.
Somebody upstairs in the podcast.
Jesus Christ.
Bruh man.
It's a bruh man.
From
Fifth
Fifth
flow. Oh my God. Wait, what was the point? Oh, so it's converse,
Right.
not
Converse,
conversate.
Correct.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay,
Yeah.
converse. not
Conversate is, and then it's like it's weird because it's like you added extra shit. Like why do you like you know?
I don't know. Conversate sound cool as hell. Like, yo, shorty, you trying to conversate?
It doesn't sound cool. It feels more natural.
No,
It do. It's smooth though. Like,
no,
they-
it does. And see, I don't conversate. It see because like if you a slick talker, I see how it sounds cool.
Hey,
'Cause,
mama,
like,
let me conversate with you.
Woo, you ain't telling me shorty ain't
No.
feeling that word.
No.
Instantly, I'm like I don't know. For me, in my intelligence,
Okay,
is
y'all
literally
should get
putting
ideas.
together the suffix of the word and being like, "Sate." The suffix doesn't go with that prefix, and so I don't know. Maybe
Alright.
that's just me, but that's literally. I'm just like I'm sitting there and I'm like, bro, that don't even. It's not even
Conversate, like
conversate.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It
Sate.
rolled. Conversate.
Sate and converse don't go together.
Conversate, bro. You feel me?
Think
Like,
of
hey, shorty, you trying to converse?
think of all the other words that have
Yeah.
sate on the end of.
Converse sounds like money.
Yeah,
just
converse.
made that up.
Converse.
No,
All right.
talk like.
like convert money.
It sounds a lot.
Wait.
It's a lot. I get what you're going with. But converse, like when you say, hey,
Okay.
shawty, let's converse.
It sounds
Like,
sexy.
it does. It sounds like you got money and I want it.
Personally, I'm a fan of the original.
Conversate?
No, conversation. Like, yo, let's have a
Hey,
conversation.
shorty, you trying to have a
Trying to have a
conversation?
conversation.
Okay, that's
You know
not
what I'm
bad.
saying?
That's not
Rather
bad.
than
Not bad.
conversate.
Not bad.
Like, I don't understand why.
But conversate just come off like you.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Woo, 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 woo. You trying to
He just
conversate
love
right
that
quick?
Slang.
Yeah. you-
I like slang. I think slang is cool as fuck.
Slang is great when it makes sense.
But it makes sense to me.
Move.
It makes sense to me. I'm telling you.
So you're just cutting off the shun. So now what I want you to do is cut off every other word that has a shun on
Bro,
it.
I swear to God, I gave
It
no
sounds dumb
fucks
as
about
fuck.
English.
Right, but that's my
language.
point. It's like that's all, like why do we just allow this one word?
Because it's a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? It's like you just it's certain things you're gonna allow, certain things you're not gonna allow.
I guess.
I mean, if you don't want to
I
use
don't allow
conversate,
that. I don't allow that.
If y'all don't like conversate,
Guess what? Anybody that approaches me and uses conversate, I'm gonna stop you.
and that's, if you say conversate with me, I'm gonna be like, shit, what's the word?
I'm gonna stop you and I'm gonna correct you, and then I'll say that
You feel?
because we can converse using correct grammar. Can
I'm
that
going to
works.
just laugh at you. I'm going to see.
so a dude walk up to you, you know what I'm saying? You already gave him the. 'Cause
Most
what-
men say, go ahead and continue.
No, fit. What was you
I
gonna
was
say?
going to say, most men say dumb stuff when they come up anyway, so getting a word wrong
Oh, here you fuck y'all. Most
Damn, the
men
bar
say-
is so low.
That is crazy.
Like you,
Most-
I mean, honestly, when you think about that,
It
like
is.
that's wild to be like, damn, you can be stupid, as you know, because like most people are.
yeah.
Like you know, what I mean?
But
It's
just
like, wow,
because
it's
like
fine.
a guy comes at me and what they say is intelligent doesn't mean it's not stupid. Like you can
too.
use all the proper grammar, use
Right.
all the right words.
too.
It's still
It's
dumb
the-
as fuck.
Right. That's true. That's true.
That's why I said the bar is so low.
That's
I
true.
would
Like-
I would say what people
Say it.
men be coming to my Instagram like okay, I post a story and you can tell when someone's just trying to have conversation with you. It is great effort. I don't want to have conversation with most people that try to do that with me, men wise, but they'll like,
Wait.
they'll reply to a story, and it'll be like, I want to use this example, but all right.
I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to expose nobody. Like, dog, man.
I'm gonna do it. You might have to edit it out. We'll see. I'm still
Wait,
saying.
why make her do work to work? You don't want to.
I don't know.
Thanks, Mike.
But true.
Yeah,
but
I'm gonna say it, but just take it out.
Okay, the other day I was in San Francisco. I had a bottle of Casamigos, and it was in my hand. It was unopened.
Okay.
It was a beautiful, cute little bottle, and I had San Francisco the back in it.
Ooh, I saw
know,
that.
yeah, great picture. And then this guy's gonna message, "It's better chilled." I'm not fucking drinking it right now. It is in the bottle with the thing still on it. You just want to have a conversation.
It's unnecessary shit.
It's unnecessary.
I deleted
Just save it.
Well, I think the key here is not really the fact that he contacted you off of the story. That's not it. It's more so that men have an issue, especially recently in the last couple of years I've seen, of like flirting by correction, and we gotta like stop that.
Ooh,
because,
flirting
like,
by correction. That's
He's on to
like,
something.
strong.
So like a guy,
That's
a
like
guy
Mike's MO.
like
Wait, flirting by
He was like,
correction.
oh wow, let's talk about it. And it was like, that's you.
Flirting by correction.
But continue. I have receipts. It's fine.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Flirting by correction.
So like
I do.
I mean,
Let him explain.
I feel like men in certain situations we put ourselves in a point where like we go after a woman that we know we can correct, in a sense where it's like if I quote unquote teach her something, or if she learns a quick thing from me, she'll be enticed to have a conversation, i.e., hey, I don't know if you know about Casamigos, but it's really good chilled. Could have actual fine intention by all means, but it's stupid because number one, you didn't ask for that.
Yeah.
Number two, like you said, I wasn't even drinking it. I was just showing that I had it. So all of these things like pile on, but a man like is not gonna look at that if he's trying to flirt. And like I said, that's like the issue now, is that most men don't know how to actually flirt. I don't know how to actually give you compliments. I don't know how to actually be like, hey, how's your day going? Oh wow, Casamigos, I love that. Have you had it chilled? Literally a slight change in your words, you're still flirting. You still could get the point across, and you don't come off like a dick. And so like
Change it
that's
from a statement
that's
to a
it.
question.
That's it. And it's literally like, but I feel superior to you, so therefore my flirting includes my arrogance and my bravado. So instead of saying, have you had it chilled, even though I'm basically saying the same thing, I'd rather say it's better chilled, because you clearly don't know what you're doing.
Wow.
And so therefore my ego takes me there.
TED Talk.
Okay.
You are great.
Okay. For
What
one,
you gotta say?
I really just talk shit. I don't be caring about a flirt because I don't.
I mean, I wasn't saying that was you.
No,
I'm
she
saying,
said
like,
that's
I'm
what
saying,
I like.
it was
I
her
just talk
situation,
shit. Like
so.
I don't give a fuck. Like I'm not flirting. Like I suck at flirting because I don't be giving a fuck. Like I
I mean,
like,
no, you right. You just said.
So
you literally just answered what I said.
But no,
I
no.
said
But see,
men
the thing
who
is, but
can't
see,
flirt. You just
but
said.
see, it's
I
not
suck at
because.
flirting,
Okay, all right.
so
Let me
I
not say
talk
suck at
shit.
flirting. Let me not.
So you
But
are
no-
literally a correct.
No. But see, I'm not trying to flirt. I'm just making
are.
statements. No, I'm not.
Okay.
If I'm
what
carrying,
is the point of your conversation then?
I'm just making a statement. That's it.
Okay,
So you
so
talking to
from the
talk.
from
That's
the
it.
Unwanted.
And if
So-
you reply back, I probably won't reply back because I don't give a fuck no more.
So from but however, if the girl did reply back in a flirty manner, would you flirt?
I keep conversing.
Don't dodge my question. Would you flirt?
I see what
Would
you
I
did
flirt?
there.
Probably for about maybe 2 sentences and that's it. Because I know I don't feel like fucking talking no
How you
more.
gonna
Here's the
say
thing.
two sentences?
But here's the thing.
You
If
just said-
your intention was not to flirt,
Yes.
then you wouldn't flirt. Period. Whether she came back at you.
But see,
flirting or
right?
not.
But then I'm not thinking
So
about
then you can't-
flirting. That's
but
the
it doesn't
thing.
matter. It doesn't matter.
How
If
does it
you're
not
not
matter?
thinking about flirting, then when she comes back and flirts with you.
But see,
then
I'm
you
not
don't
thinking
flirt.
it's flirting.
But see, and that's what I'm saying. Your inability, or you're saying I suck at flirting. I don't know what flirting is.
Let me
I
take
don't
that.
like
Let me
it,
take that back.
you
It's
know,
not
whatever.
suck at flirting. I'm not flirting. I'm just making a statement.
That is your flirting.
Okay,
You're-
so
that-
so when do I not? When can I make a
Because
statement and
here's
not
the thing.
flirt?
Here's the thing. When do you flirt then?
Shit, I rarely fucking
Silence.
flirt. I rarely fucking flirt.
Exactly. No, here's the thing. You are just flirting and you don't know it, Mike.
But if I'm not flirting, if
there's
I'm
no
telling
man
myself,
that just doesn't flirt.
yes, I am
No.
one of those niggas that just
Lord,
don't flirt.
No.
I'm
Okay,
100
let me
fucking
give an
percent sure.
example.
I'm 100%
Mike,
sure.
you've literally been flirting this whole day.
How? How have I been? How?
Hey, it's cool. I get it. That here's the thing.
Now,
and
that's
it's-
y'all way.
Some guys,
No,
some
it's
guys,
your
but you have
style.
to.
It's just
You
who
have
you
to.
are.
But see, here's the thing: is that as you get older, Mike, you as a man, you have to understand when you come off as flirty, and when even if you don't intend it. I'm here to tell you that you come off as flirty.
Oh,
even
okay,
in your
then
intentions,
let me know then.
Then yeah,
Because I'm like, I'm not giving no
because then
flirt.
you need to then you need to change it because then that can catch you up later in life when it comes to women
That's
not
wild.
getting the wrong intention from you because you say but I honestly no, I'm not even gonna say that, Mike, because you can't BS that because you say intentionally sexual stuff and then say I'm just making a statement. That's flirting.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, no.
Making you can't make a sexual statement from a woman and not flirt because
Yes,
then
I
you're
can.
no, you
I don't-
can't. You don't have the right to do that. You don't.
How?
You don't. Because then so then a woman has the right to say anything sexual about you, about whatever they want. You shouldn't allow that. I see you shaking your head, yes, but you shouldn't allow that, bro. For real, for real.
Why?
Because-
Boundaries.
If
because
I know
boundaries,
this
because-
person who's
No,
making
bro,
this statement to me,
because we're in a different age now where like literally that's just not okay. Because
if I know this person and they're making a statement to me, I know how they are. I take it a different way. Now, if this is a stranger, then yes, I'm gonna look at it differently. But if it's someone I know, we know each other. No, I'm not looking at it that way.
I mean, but even if you know each other, the same
Yes.
boundaries apply because then it's like, I know you, but then there's
I
still
don't-
certain things that like may not be okay.
Well, see,
And then
I
you
don't
have
have.
to,
I don't
you know.
because I
This
know.
is all this
interesting.
is all would be a good conversation for the whole Cardi Offset
Right.
boundaries. What is this? What is that?
Yeah, shout out to that nigga. Offset, he got divorced.
He got divorced.
Cardi got divorced.
He got no.
See, even
No,
that.
even that got divorced.
No.
How he got
Cardi
divorced?
got a divorce. Offset got divorced.
Right.
Right, I said he got divorced. She
No, the first time you said he got a divorce. He didn't get.
No, I said he got divorced.
I thought you said he got
yeah.
a divorce.
No, I didn't.
I think he
I
said
said
that, yeah.
I said he got divorced. That's exactly what I said. Yeah.
But yeah, no. It's,
Yeah, but
that's
no,
exactly it.
but
That's
I
exactly
get
it.
what you're saying. But okay, this is me, and this is me. That's why I have a small circle. That's why I really don't talk because I know how I am, and I understand how things, what people I mess with or talk to or so like that. Not like mess with what I mean. I fuck with. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I understand. I have an understanding of them. They have an understanding of me. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that if it's necessary for me, if I know what I'm doing, that is like if I know I'm like flirting, then. And I know it's not. I'm not even finna. You know what I'm saying. But if I know the communication that me and that person have, where I say shit like that, you know what I'm saying, and it's not taken that way. Because yes, they could say it. I've had it said to me, and I don't take it that way because the relationship we built over time, where we know and understand how we communicate. Now I understand, and now
But you are not talking to everyone you know, Mike. There are hundreds of people listening to us that have no idea who the hell you are.
I get
And
that.
that is my point.
And if those people I do not know and they don't know me, if I'm communicating with them, then absolutely I get the flirting part because now this is the initial conversation with no understanding of both parties. But if there's an understanding with both parties,
But like you said, you keep a small circle, so
Yes.
you can't expect. So my point is if that is the circle that you decide to keep that knows you, then that means that there's a wide range of people that you need to be censored with, and you do
Yes.
not choose to do that.
But I
you choose
know.
to do the opposite. You literally choose to do the opposite. So when it comes to women who you decide to just make sexual remarks about as, oh, I'm just making a statement and I'm not being flirty. It's just a statement. It's fun. It's cool. Those are the people that you need to reserve those statements and just keep it to yourself because they don't sometimes, and I'm not saying that you do this. I'm just saying in general, this is a hypothetical situation.
Mm-hmm.
If you decide to make those comments to this woman, this stranger, or even if it's someone you know, regardless of if they know how you are, you do not have a right to jump that boundary if you're not flirting. That's my.
Okay.
That's what really
Okay.
crazes me.
Okay.
It's like you say, "Oh, I'm not flirting," but yet you get to make sexual state. Like that's
Okay, and if I am not flirting,
Like-
and if it is inappropriate, then I will stop. If it comes
my
off that
point.
way, then
That's
I
my
will
point,
stop. I
is
will
that's
not
what
go that
that's
far.
what
Then
I'm saying.
absolutely.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like when in those situations, because I know, like for me, if a female friend of mine literally comes to me and says, "Hey, something sexual, like I see you got on gray sweatpants and da 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 da." Like you said, as far as the if I know you, that applies. Great in conversation, sure. But when you're doing things like a podcast, I feel like making sure that people know that these are my boundaries and this is how I, interact with, my friends is good. But at the same time, if that's not the persona that you put out on the podcast, then that statement is null and void. You know what I'm saying? If you say here, "Oh, well, no, it's cool. I'm a good person with my friends." No, you know, trust me, they know how I am. But that's not what you're putting out here. They don't know.
Okay,
I get what you're saying. That's what I'm saying.
No, I
It's
get
like,
what you're saying.
you can't
I
be
get what
like,
you're saying.
"Oh, no, trust me, I'm good," and behind closed doors.
No.
That's not the image
Okay,
you put
let me.
here.
Okay,
Exactly.
That's
That's what I'm
I get what
saying.
you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Have that image.
Well, I'm a
as
very
far as-
respectful person.
There you go.
Now, I do know I say shit that it does probably rub people the wrong way and say. And sometimes I just don't be catching myself. And I don't be caring. And if ever I do make a statement like that, and I mean I try my best. I do. And if I ever am making a statement like that and it's very inappropriate, you tell me off back and shit, that shit's dead. Like I'm not that type of person. I don't play that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Now me, now like you say, I should have, but like I really don't be caring what people say. So like people can say things and like I'm big on ignoring people. Like I just won't listen to you. You know what I'm saying? And which I realize makes people much madder, like than replying back to them. Like I just don't say nothing.
It's a vicious circle because like if you don't care about what people say and then they get mad, it almost eggs you on in a sense. So I get it.
But so it's like I mean not say I do care, but it's like I don't want to reply to you. I don't really want to converse with you.
You care, but it don't affect.
Yeah, it doesn't. Right, that's what I want me to say with the care. But like I ignore it, but it's still like it makes people mad. But yes, if I do make a statement like that, anybody you meet, friend, like, and you feel like it's inappropriate, you tell me, and I'll fall back. I know
you're inappropriate, Mike, but I like you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and the thing is, I know I do say some wild shit, but like me, I just feel like I just very like I feel like people are very, very held down more so than they should be about being expressive of themselves, and to each his own as far as being expressive of themselves in a respectful manner. But I just be like,
I think though to point something out on that statement, expressing yourself should always be just that, expressing yourself, and it should never be expressing yourself in regards to touching another person's boundary. That's something
absolutely.
To watch.
And if
You know
I
what I'm saying?
do,
so if you're expressing yourself as constantly cutting on people's boundaries, then you gotta evaluate.
yeah, no, and see, but thing is,
like,
I don't know until
I've had that problem. I've had that problem online.
Absolutely.
Like the way, like a year ago, had you seen me on Twitter, I was arguing with every single person that had anything to say against me on Twitter. Like literally, wake up, who got something against me to say, and I'm arguing all day. But you gotta just sit there and just be like, like,
see, I'm opposite. Like I
You know
don't
what I'm
really
saying?
argue with people on Twitter because I'm like,
yeah, I don't. Now you got to look at it a different way and be like, I don't give a shit. Like I don't.
But see,
I don't care.
I've
There's certain
see,
things
me-
that you can have that sort of attitude with. So I get it.
But
so,
no, but like again, until like if again, I don't know until said action is done to it, and if it does, you can be 100 with me and be like, hey, this is, and like, well, I will explain myself because I want you to understand who I am, and that's not the type of person I am. Even people don't like that, but I just like to explain myself because that avoids it happening again. Right. So to the best of its ability, but yeah.
Well, guys, now you know that Mike is a stand-up guy that you can come to him with anything.
But like, yeah, like, and that's why I'm saying, like, when I'm like, I'm now listening, like, okay, it could come across as flirting, but like, I'm like not.
But yeah, you
because
are very flirty. You're very flirty.
Okay, now
I mean, just as you, like, you know
Okay,
what I'm saying?
no,
You're
I get
flirty
it.
as hell. But like, here's the thing. I'm, again, like you said, I know you. So when you tell me, I know, when you say I don't feel I'm flirting, I believe you because I'm your boy. So it's like, but I know if we were in a room with like 3 strangers, they would not believe you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Totally
And so
get it.
that's
Totally
what I'm
get it.
looking at, like,
Totally get
as
it.
your boy.
Totally get it.
I look at you like, bro, I get it.
I totally
me,
get it
get
now.
you.
Totally
I know
get it
your
now.
intention, but on the outside looking in, somebody go look at this boy and be like, how the hell you not flirting?
I totally get it, man. Because like I don't know. I just like I just converse and I just like I say a lot of adult human stuff.
Because a lot of people don't get, and the key factor in knowing you is knowing you don't give a shit. If you get that about Mike, if that's the first thing you lock in about y'all friendship is like knowing that this boy don't give a shit, then that's when you can literally everything else trickles down. So like literally you being like, I'm not flirting. Like I literally like harken back to like he don't give a shit, so I know he's not lying. Like I know he's not lying. Yeah. So it's like when he says shit like that, he literally just pulling out his ass and he don't even care. But yeah, no.
But I do want to be respectful. I don't want to be disrespectful. Me, but
you never want to be the friend that is like when you meet a group of people and they leave and someone has to be like, oh, that's just how he is.
Yeah,
you never want to be you never want to be a oh, that's just how he is person.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. When I first met you, I said that a couple times. But you know,
I definitely can see myself being that way. Like, especially being out here in LA, I realize like, and it's not to get off the topic with the card, but like,
oh no, we're never on that topic.
That's gonna come back around.
Oh no, it's definitely gonna come back. But like, I realize like I'm very, I guess I can say opinionated, but like I just say what's on my mind. Mm-hmm. Headstrong. People ask me a question, I tell them the truth. Like I just say it, and I'm like, you ask me, I just be up front, like, and don't sugarcoat, because I'm like, why lie? Like why do that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so, but a lot of people, and I ain't gonna say the whole city or state, but like a lot of people I met out here don't really like that. They be like, well, you didn't have to tell me, or you didn't have to say, but I'm like,
well, don't I know it?
Don't.
I'm saying like people. I mean, people don't like that sort of frankness, especially if like because people like you and me have that gene where it's like I don't care about certain shit, especially when it comes to feelings of people that I don't know or don't benefit me, like in a way where it's like you're directly negatively affecting me, so I really, you know what I'm saying, like have that kind of air about you, so I get it. But like when you say it's like, you know, as far as like being respectful, it's just such a fine line right now when it comes to how comedy is seen, how entertainment is seen, what you can, what you cannot say. But it all comes down for me is just literally just being like, just look out for people. You know, that's the easiest way to go about it. And a lot of people have struggles with it. Like, I don't see you struggle with it. Like, even though you have those like what the fuck moments, like still like people know you again, like you're around people. You're one of those people that if you spend 5 minutes with him, you know how he is. So it's like people don't really trip off you, but there's people that will say the same thing and people are gonna flip the fuck out. I'm one of those people. Like if I said half the shit that you say, I would be crucified, like dead ass. So it's like when I take that and it's like I can not care about certain shit, that's where I resonate with you and I can get it, where it's like I see where he's coming from as far as being respectful, but at the same time like just standing your ground and being like, I don't want to fold, you know, in a sense to conform just because you have certain feelings, you know. But like I said, it really comes down to just supporting groups, making sure that you're protecting people in a sense, and then, you know, make sure your comedy isn't derogatory, or make sure that your statements aren't derogatory in a sense where I gotta tear you down just to get a laugh. You know what I'm saying? And it can be funny without tearing something down about people, women, and or certain groups or whatever.
And see, my thing, like, I do make derogatory jokes and I guess tear down jokes, but the thing I find about them funny is the lack of the lack of truth behind a lot of that shit. It's just stupid to me. Like,
oh, like the concept of trolling almost.
Yeah, it's like black women are always angry. I think it's the dumbest thing in the world. No black women are angry, but I
have recently found that is so much more inflammatory than even just regular like I'm just an asshole comedy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would much rather have the days of like just Martin and Eddie and all of them talking about just being like, you know, derogatory in a sense where I'm just ignorant and these are just the sign of the times, rather than people being like, you know what I'm saying? You know where I'm going with that, where it's like
that's like that builds into that feeds into the so with the
trolling
Dave Chappelle,
is so like I know what I'm doing wrong, but I don't care, and that's
that
so
Dave
maniacal to me.
Chappelle special that came back like right after like all the trans stuff where he was like the ABCD LGBTQRS whatever.
The one, you talking about the special? He was like,
oh, I didn't watch all of it.
Okay, I know it was one joke funny as hell.
And when he went to go talk about that, it was like okay, so you were just under fire for this. This means that you know all about it. Dave Chappelle, you're smart as shit. So at this point, it just feels forced.
Right.
So for you to be like this, like, oh, I don't give a fuck, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to make this joke. It's like,
now
it's only funny to ignorant people at that point.
Right.
Because one, you're
because
just
we're
like,
we're in that sense, we're all ignorant. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But like now that we're smarter.
and now that you've acknowledged that you literally in the joke, you acknowledge that you know better, but you're like, but fuck it. I'm going to make my jokes. It's funny, blah, 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 blah.
And see,
that's
even a different
That's like, it's
mode
annoying.
for me. Because
it was just annoying. It was childish.
No, yeah, I agree. I think that's like more in that childish, like I'm annoyed.
It was
by
like,
you.
this is about to be funny because I'm not supposed to do it. That's like a disclaimer, like when he was doing it, and it's like, that's not comedy.
Then it's not actually fun. And that's what I feel about trolls. And see, I feel like trolls are even a step above, because whereas that kind of brand of comedy is, I'm trying to get laughs out of you so that I'm being ignorant and getting laughs at you, versus trolling. Most of the time, it's not for a laugh. It's to actually incite anger. And that to me is so weird in trolls. Like you saying, like black women are always angry. That's never going to get a laugh. What is that going to get? 60% of the time, meaning more than half, is going to get anger. It's not, nobody's going to laugh at that but other black men that say that probably shouldn't say
exactly,
it.
yeah.
So then when you troll in that nature, it's not comedy. It's literally just derogatory. So that's what I mean by, I would rather have the days of the 80s and 90s where literally that was just the MO.
Yeah.
You know, and people were just talking in that way. And we had obviously groups of people who were, you know, shunned and pushed into a pigeonhole, but at the same time it was more so. Now I see the real ugly side of people, where it's like, now you know better. Then we didn't. Everybody was being paid the same amount of money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, oh, you telling a gay joke? Cool. It doesn't matter. But now it's like, you know better. You know, and now it's like, oh, you shouldn't just single out black women for being angry, but yeah, you say it because you're like, oh no, it's funny. You know it's not true, but it's like, but if it's not true, then the thing is
we still have to deal with that stereotype.
Right, I was about to say the stereotype and the detriment that it does to black women is worth more than the laugh.
Right.
That's what
and that's
I see
where
now
people like
recently.
that are not sympathetic or empathetic for how we feel.
Right, and I didn't get like that until I got affected. And to be like I said, to be honest, like years ago, I probably wouldn't have had the same conversation with you. But now that I've been affected in a way where it's like, I see marginalizing people in that way, where it's like, we make these jokes and it's like, cool, yeah, we think it's funny, but there's a group of people that is sitting here and saying, I don't find that funny because I got fired for being the angry black woman at my job. You know, and now it takes it, and to most comedians and to most entertainers, you go, but I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about you. But that's such a small sample size. But again, that's a small sample size, but I'm not about to hurt 20 women just because I want to make 100 laugh. That's just not where I'm going in life right now. So that's what I say. Like right now we have this huge, sorry to kind of take it off topic, but it is a big thing in the news. Jake, the PS4 conference was PS5 conference was yesterday. Harry Potter game got announced. Everybody is excited. But then there's a group of people who aren't, because J.K. Rowling has come out to be a raging
fucking transphobe for years. But this past year has been every fucking month she's like, trans people aren't real people. Right. This is for women who actually have periods and blah blah blah. And it's like, bitch, shut
you look
the fuck up.
You look at that, and you look at something like that where there are comedians who are taking her rhetoric and spinning it and making laughs. And there's a group of people who are literally saying, I'm just trying to live, and
or
it is
I'm
a
getting
joke.
Killed because that was the thing with the
killed.
Dave Chappelle, is that he was making fun of it, and it's okay. It's like, here's the thing. I studied before not all this happened this year, but I've been on I've been studying like prison abolition for about 5 years, been really passionate about that, all that kind of stuff. But trans women, trans people in general, you know, you have black people are disproportionately affected. Trans people are disproportionately affected by like incarceration, being targeted by police, but also violence, all that kind of stuff. But trans people are being murdered in the streets every day just for being trans. Mm-hmm. And then you got a comedian like Dave Chappelle, has probably one of the biggest followings of anyone who done stand up in the past decade. Right. You know, you're going on there and you're like, oh, well, this is funny because I'm saying it's funny, even though it's wrong, it's funny, so everyone should laugh at it, to prove to y'all, you trans people who find it offensive, that no, it's actually funny because all these people are laughing and I can still make them laugh with it. So ha ha ha, boo hoo, you're not going to die. And then what happens? People die.
Sure that. Yeah, I mean, that's an extreme example. We know.
I mean, that's just as bad as.
But it is.
It is.
I mean, yeah, the black women thing does gain traction because black women are so disenfranchised and so.
But you have to remember too, LGBT people are black. So
right,
all these, you know what I mean. So black woman, black trans woman.
Yeah,
so now
exactly.
she's an angry woman and she's trans. That's a double whammy.
Yeah, exactly. So like with that being said, I know you're ready to.
I know you've been fighting it.
So with that being said, like I get where you're coming from when it comes to your stance on just simply being like having fun and being like, what I say doesn't hold weight. I'm just talking, and I get that. I totally get that. But here's the thing: I don't really hear you, and that's the thing is like, that's why I find it weird sometimes when you defend like comedians like that because you're not like that. So it's kind of odd because like you don't make wild statements in that sense when it comes like crazy guys. Like you do make wild statements, but it ain't completely left field to the point where I feel the need to like distance myself or anything like that or check you in a way. So it's like I feel like when you go hard for people who have that sort of mentality, it's just like I just like to hear your thoughts on it because it's like when it comes to talking about certain things, like we would never want certain comedians to marginalize black people or black men that way, like specifically. You know what I'm saying? Because if we get talked about whatever 24/7, most black men can't take a black woman saying men are trash twice on Twitter in a day.
Preach.
Without saying something. But yet we will go and be like, like, oh, black women angry or whatever. So it's like, I'm not saying you, but I'm saying this is just a general.
I'm just making that face because she keeps moving his mic, and all I hear is. That's the only reason.
All mic care about.
I'm trying to eat my chips.
But
but you keep moving his mic. That's why I asked him. That's all I.
He got headphones on. You gotta understand.
That's it.
I'm not gonna harp on. I'm not gonna beat a dead horse.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
have
I
no
just
problem.
feel. I feel
I'm
like
listening.
I'm glad that you're not in that sort of demographic.
This is my thing. I take what I dish. I don't. If I can't take it, I'm not gonna dish it. I think that's.
But
You're not.
you
black,
are
woman,
or
LGBT.
you cannot embody your strength for everyone else.
Absolutely, and that's correct.
That's the only
So therefore,
that I will say that you can't
But
expect
absolutely.
everybody to be
Absolutely.
as strong as you
And
being
that
like,
is
oh,
what-
I can take this.
and that's why, again, I try the best of my ability to watch statements I'm making and be respectful and whatnot. But if I ever do cross that line, if I am disrespectful, I will listen to what your listen to you. I will apologize. But to the Dave Chappelle, and I don't want to get to the Cardi thing, to the Dave Chappelle thing.
Police, come on.
So I totally get it. This is my thing. There's somebody that's gonna always feel hurt by something.
Yeah.
This is my philosophy, and this is not to down anybody, not to say anybody does not have the right to feel hurt or right to feel happiness. You have the right to feel your humanity, whatever it comes to you. So therefore, when it comes to comedy, and again, and maybe this is beating a dead horse, motherfuckers don't care. The knowing a person, who that person is, what that person has demonstrated with their life and their character. So I can, and I think the one you talking about with the trans one, I know it was a joke that he made about them like with Tim's or something like that I thought was absolutely hilarious. Okay, and I can also understand how people in that community can feel hurt. I'm not going to tell them what they feel because I'm not in that specific group. Okay, and to say this and that. Now, can I just say on the broader sense, hey, it was just a joke? Yeah, but then that opens up. Well, this is what I feel. This is what I feel, and I don't want to go into it because like I don't feel like conversing conversing. That's a word.
You've been killing the converse.
Conversing.
You've been conversing
Conversing
out of this podcast.
with someone's emotions about dealing with that because what their experiences is. So I understand that. But when it comes to things like that, Dave Chappelle, or just using Dave Chappelle.
Correct.
He's never, and this is, I guess I'm gonna just stay with my opinion, come across as one of evil or mischief or disrespect towards people. So therefore,
but you're also not. You don't have an identity. You don't have a single identity that he's come at.
So that's why you don't feel that way.
Exactly.
Okay, but okay.
Yeah, how often does he talk about
But
black
here's
men?
also
Okay. Then let's take away the Dave Chappelle. I've heard women.
we just heard your opinion on Dave Chappelle, so.
Then I've heard women talk about black guys, and I find this shit hilarious because there is some truth. I get
yeah.
but I'm just saying.
But
I'm
also,
explaining. I'm explaining my perspective with this. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I was asking.
That's it. That's all I was doing. Yeah. I heard women say guys about guys and they dick, stupidity. You know what I'm saying? And I find it funny because there is some truth to it. And I don't. And the thing is it doesn't bother. Okay, and it does. And the reason I don't have no problem with that is because there is some truth to it. But I also do not let that affect me. Okay. Again, I do. It's basically I'm playing a devil's advocate. Okay, that's
but
honestly.
So the problem with those. So okay, when you get to a sense, it's not about it. It's not about a trans person watching it and being offended. It's not about a black woman watching it and being offended. It's about the people who watch it and they find it funny, what they feel like they are allowed to do to those groups of people because these people are making fun of them.
I totally get that. And again, this goes to my point where there's always, I don't know best way to say it. It's something you just can't do for somebody. And it's something you can always do for somebody. It's just that point blank period.
Yeah.
So that's I think the point of comedy and entertainment now is that we have found out a way to not offend anyone.
Yeah.
But see,
and so why is it that people keep fighting to offend people?
Yeah.
And so that's the thing is that like I get that there was a brand of comedy that's very popular where it's just like we just shooting on people.
Yeah.
I know where we from. That's literally a brand of conversation where we from. Is literally I'm just talking shit about you. Like I get it. But in regards to entertainment, when it comes to people who have been marginalized and have been shut down so many times in this sector, then it's like we have to provide the space that's safe enough for them to at least come up to equal points to where we are. Because we would have wanted the same thing. We wouldn't have wanted the industry to just keep making black jokes and black jokes. Imagine if minstrel shows were the #1 type of show right now. And as black people, we're trying to break in while we're just constantly getting made fun of. That's wrong. And so right now, what we have is comedians literally fighting for the right to talk about gay people, trans, especially black, gay, trans people, women. And so when it comes down to it, we're simply saying, okay, look, now's their time to say, no, we are able to be in this space and have the same ability to sit there and say, I want to talk about these groups just like you and have the same abilities and same opportunities just like you, but I don't. Therefore, you talking about me is stupid and it's wrong. And so for me, as black people, because we say that every day. We say that every day. And so we can't turn around and go, oh, well, if, the trans community, they just need thicker skin. No. Because are we really going to tell black people that we just needed thicker skin while we just got shut out and talked about so many damn times? So that's why we say now is the time that before it was ignorance. Like what me and Bree were talking about. It was ignorance. So ignorance shaded a lot of people saying we're talking about things that we shouldn't talk about and laughing about things we shouldn't laugh about. But we're going to let it slide. Why? Because we're ignorant and this is a very new talking point as far as the LGBT community was at that time. Now it is not a new talking point. And so now it's like she said, you know better. So when it comes to we are affected, we are hurt by this, and you say, I don't care. It's just weird because as a black man, if you hear, as a black man, I'm affected by your jokes, talking about me as a black man. And the thing is that you specifically, this black man, doesn't really care because you see all brands of comedy and you see all brands of entertainment, and that's great. But you are an anomaly. And so with that being said, as an entertainer, you have a duty to then take care of the people that are not anomalies, because they are the ones that are weaker. You're the strong one. You are the entertainer. You are the one who has the platform for people to be like, fuck you, you don't know what you're talking about, and you have to take it. Same with me. Same with everybody that's going to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's where we're going.
Okay.
So that's what I'm just saying when it comes to that. No. I'm not going against what you're saying. I'm just kind of adding to it.
Yeah, no. And this is, okay. You know what? Cool. Let's just go to the next topic. I don't even want to. I don't want
I do feel like we're having a mic intervention. Let's go to.
No, it's because my thing, because I've listened to trans comedians make jokes too, and again, that's just why I say there's just somebody you just can't appease too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I'm intrigued by all certain comedy, but there is I like the raunch, the dirty, like that comedy is funny to me because of how my perspective of it is. You know what I'm saying? I do find when it comes to stereotypes, I laugh at stereotypes, but the only reason there are stereotypes is because of white perception. You take away white perception, there is no stereotype. Correct. So, people when I argue about Martin, I think Martin is the best sitcom. And people say, "Oh no, it's this and that and stuff like that." And I have people say Fresh Prince, say other stuff, and I understand. And then when they explain it, I understand that. I have no problem with that. That's your perspective. That's what you like. I still think it's all great. You know what I'm saying? But Martin to me was just a comedy that I embraced. I enjoy. You know what I'm saying? But I have nothing against people that say different, because that is your perspective and that's your opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The only thing is you can't compare.
You can't compare
this is my
like
favorite show versus this is offensive.
Right. Because your favorite show, you saying that Martin's your favorite show doesn't offend anybody.
But no, okay, but I get the
black women are.
But see,
always
it does.
angry
It does
somebody.
anger people to say I think Martin is better than Fresh Prince. People get mad at me when I say
No,
that.
but
That's
not
like arguing about sports.
But no.
But that's
Listen,
arguing about art, not who people are.
All people are
Exactly.
correct, but again, it's the same thing where you cannot appease everybody. I'm not saying that people should talk down and be disrespectful.
No,
to
but see, no.
Like,
But I don't know. I feel like you
Yeah.
can. You definitely can when it comes to just being a good person.
Right.
Appease.
Okay,
Yeah.
say
But when
Okay,
it comes,
here's the
I
thing.
just don't. I know.
But
believe
comedy,
so.
but
not comedy, not
you can-
entertainment. You are an entertainer, so I get what you're saying. Me
But
being
with
an
comedy-
entertainer, I can't be that. I get that. But as just a person,
No, that's different. I'm not talking about a
Right, that's
person.
what
I'm not talking about a
That's
person.
all.
Person is
yeah.
different. No.
But even take it like this. Okay, if that is true, well, basically, I feel like saying you can't appease everybody. Think of, you don't even have to say their name. Take your favorite comedian, their stand-up or whatever. If they are a true comedian, then you can take out the stuff that would be offensive to someone, like a group or whatever, like with that Dave Chappelle episode, special. If he is truly as funny as people say he is, and we know he's fucking hilarious, he can take that out and it will be funny as fuck still, because he's a funny person. He's a great comedian. There's a lot of comedians who can't be a comedian without having to have that included.
But see, okay.
But it's like, he is smart enough to know that pisses off this many people. He's also smart enough to know if he takes this out and he doesn't have that, that's just, at that point, you know how many people it's going to piss off. You're putting it in there to get more people to watch it, just based off of, you don't want them to be fans. You just want them to watch it. Right. But it's like, you can be funny as fuck. You can be funny to trans people,
but
without having to bring up trans people.
Well, no, without having to be derogatory to trans, because talking about it is not the case. Because I could talk about black culture and not be offensive.
Yeah, but also,
just like I can
how
talk
does
about
a
white culture.
cishet man, why does he need to talk about trans people that
He
It could
used
just
it-
be experience.
but
It could
he
literally
used
just
that-
be telling
okay,
a story.
from
If just like Kevin Hart's brand of comedy, Kevin Hart really revolutionized the way that we see comedy, in a sense, where it's like he was mainly just telling his experiences. You know what I'm saying? And it's like all the time. Like, he almost has no sets where he's not telling experience. You know what I'm saying?
But he's a comedian, and a lot of it's not. It didn't happen just like that.
Well, of course not.
You know what I mean?
Of course not. But what we're saying is, just like I said, his structuring, as far as let me tell you what I went through. So I was in the parking lot and I saw, you know what I'm saying? That's different, where it's like I'm not singling out. You know what I'm saying? If you're just telling me about a day and a story, and you just had an experience, and it happens to not be derogatory, bravo. I want that. I want you to be able to talk about these spaces, these groups of people, without having to be derogatory, without having to say something where it's like, well, now that person that you're talking about is like, feels some type of way. That's the whole point, is just living life. Just like you don't want people to talk about black people in a sense where you always have to bring up fried chicken or watermelon or things like, or rap music. It's the same thing. Why do I always have to bring up derogatory things about this demographic or this group of people to be funny? You don't.
I have a question.
Okay.
All right. So if you get divorced,
It's funny though. Just like the derogatory stuff with black people.
I
It's
get
funny.
it. I get
And
it,
that's
man.
why I say I completely
man.
understand what you're saying in a sense where those things, as long as it's not derogatory. Because, like I said, saying black people like chicken is not derogatory. Is it a stereotype? Yes, it is a stereotype that white people used against us to make
I would
it
just say
negative.
this.
Sure.
I just think when he made that statement, it was correlating with the statement he was making with the way black people, the treatment of black people. That was because if I remember what he did with the joke, whatever the particular joke you're speaking about, that's how I took it. Now, that's how I took it. So, but what was your statement about divorce?
all right. If someone gets divorced and the first post they make afterwards is "I miss my grandma," do you think they're guilty?
The first statement.
The first post they make is about how they miss their grandma.
Someone get divorced.
Offset. Since all this shit's come out.
You know what? Let's hold that for the next episode.
Okay.
Let's hold that for the next episode.
All right,
I feel like-
for the next episode.
Yeah, we're gonna finish this off right here because
Okay.
that's gonna be detailed. That's deep because I think I know what you're talking about, and I don't
I'm curious, 'cause I have no idea
associate
where
that
that's
with him
going.
being guilty. But we finna get up out of here.
what I say if I was
Thank y'all
guilty.
for watching.
Grandma,
You know what I'm
miss you.
saying? Make sure again y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all follow us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, and Spotify for all your listening and viewing pleasures. For all of that, you feel me? Again, thanks my man to the right
Mr. Gray.
and the videographer of the most
Britt Brad.
and Ghost.
Chef Boyardee, 2 eyes.
Look at you guys. And your boy MP as always. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good day. We're out of here.